water you should have, and so on. We've had kind of one of those healthy sorts of days. Let's get to the mind part of it now.
Let's do.
Because our friend Robyn Firtel is here. She's sort of the therapist to the show, and let me tell you something, we need it badly.
We do.
Desperately.
I was just telling her, I think I'm sick too because I've been so stressed, and from what I hear, your immune system is down and you're stressed out and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, stress and worrying is a big part of our culture, in fact. Most people, what I've found, are worrying about something that they don't yet have, that they want, or losing something they have. And their mind is constantly in the future predicting things that ultimately don't even happen.
But what's interesting about that is that sometimes when you want something so badly and you worry about getting it and you consume yourself with it, sometimes you ultimately get it, and guess what? It's really not what you thought, or it's not as satisfying as you expected.
And you're on a pedestal like that,
Yeah, and you've wasted all the time worrying to get there.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
I remember hearing a story about a guy named Deion Sanders who was this great football player, and he just obsessed and consumed himself with winning a Super Bowl. And then when he did, he's like, this is nothing. I don't even love this. And he then tried to commit suicide. He drove off a cliff. Yeah, I mean, he really did, because he just wasn't satisfied. And I find that people worry all the time about nonsense, and then it just eats at you, and it takes up your energy. And then what happens is, when you're really obsessed, you start to try and control things. And I find that happens all the time.
You try and control things and other people with the worrying. So I have anxiety over something, and then I try and control somebody else to reduce my anxiety. And all of it is a waste of time. It takes me completely out of the present.
Well, you said it's kind of like a rocking chair.
It's like a rocking chair.
Gives you something to do
all day.
It doesn't get you anywhere.
Exactly, that's what worrying does.
True. And you said something as well. Staying within the moment, just living in the now.
Living in the now and only having power and control over the things you can control. Most of the things we worry about, we have no control over.
Yeah, but control is kind of an interesting, mental game, right? I mean, we talk about today the body, the mind, financial wellness and so on. People, I don't know why, but people, they love control, or they think they love control, and in all kinds of weird stuff too, whether it's in your workplace, or I'm telling you, I know some guys that, that are in my town that they control the Little League, and they get this power surge. I'm like, guys, are you kidding me? How old are you? Grow up. I mean, it's like, don't you have a business and a family? It's like, I gotta control the Little League. I mean, people are nuts.
Well, in my practice, I call that false empowerment. It gives you a false sense of empowerment. And the real power comes from within, being kind to other people, being compassionate to other people, and really being a helping hand instead of always worrying about what I should be doing, what I'm going to lose, and what I'm afraid of losing once I get it.
Right.
But if you're a chronic worrier, and you know who you are.
So that's not you, Scott?
I worry about stuff, but let me just tell you why, though. Because I'm like a lot of guys that are watching, and I'll make it quick because we got to hustle. But, when you've got a family, and you got to feed them, and you got to clothe them, and you got to make sure that they're all, that's what I worry about, But for chronic warriors, what do you do?
Right. Chronic warriors is that, again, you have to look at the things that you can control, which is going to work, showing up with a good attitude, and letting go of the future, letting go of things that you can't control. So you only focus on what you can do today to support your family, and you don't look at the future.
I love that you said attitude.
The attitude is huge.
Huge. You know who you are.
You warriors.
You know who you are.
You warriors.
All right, each week we're giving away $50, and by the way, thank you, Robyn. Listen to this. We're giving away $50 to spend on any of the UT San Diego deals, and our daily deals have you saving up to 90% on the best restaurants and spas and salons. So, time for the Watch Win contest.
It is.